Yamamaju, Emma Kwaba, and then so at the bar home based TV. Yanko Ponti as a phone, Isham of Papa, because see the Mrebun, see a king, not Ubiat in the Fidi, she said, or Babshe, a DMre. Yami Isham Papa, Panadia Bacon, and I yes, said, and yes, some nature for any attorney for Yanko Penny, Nemosu before, and Ubu on Bim, Tiahini number, prior tea and some no. My Fanya Juma, see, among see, Amapa, and my use my name in the dance, yes, and check. Na all pay into what Nasia, Emma Monjo, Emma Martinasi. Your friend is sheer for this year, Kofika Carry. Na, as usual, Yamen Kwa and Amaha, evangelist, the researcher, Joseph Anane, Daniel of our time, on Osoha, Evangelist Emma Juma Kwaba. Yeah, Uncle Ponti as a phone in Shrapa, Papa, Yedi 3, Yen teacher near 1 more. What being it? Macani say, and that topic I shall. The Dance of Deception and Nada Asa Amusu at HD. Mammy Canisa and on a year barbershop. And now your best stress, Ubit Masha program also Facebook, could you Sauti TV and even our cry co Facebook, home based TV. Open your program no feed no or now like and watch share said the bear in no more sabi only access to TV no almost bit me share or a phone so to Monianis am I or message via so now was send it at their brain or your WhatsApp line to screen as well. Memfrey, they won't send the message Ebra. Evangelist, the Dance of Deception.
Yet I was.
And then so see a dedicated MSD church.
Aye,
was a band major pie in Tina de Bosso.
And no pan. We say now to a tremono. Do not just a na Royal TV network name in a papa.
Okay.
And Tino. One tia sem binim ye.
Okay.
Now you are Rishamose and Nede Yamiadum. A woman in out to ye. And to know. Dear once in the last week, no. Ebeba, and no, I shall see.
We don't show a main country production said messages as a serious starting and men sa air can HSF volume no ever fem. Volume no ever fem to master as a met my own BBA, Madame Mamonia, Enfa, and my medals.
Yeah, the program we and also no yeah, the Gajama is here for. Ne sent in the say, Never be a cosso, on be brina, Fred Pisa question. Afas answer, then you know, and we are dear by a cockam was almost beside the brie above us, any in some be I can.
That's right.
And you know, last week, you may know, I can say, or Montina, yes, our program, just a year, a dash or money or my idea. Nothing so no 1 more 8 years come here this opportunity program. What shall listen one? Can you know, Nanka, a better 30% a year for? They say no, or more than 80%.
Oh, that's good.
Ha. That's no one said, or Moniabre, or Monia, dear, you may dear. Tina, ye dedicated for SDM. Yes, salute to Yamisham. I mean, so. Now, the Dance of Deception and Nada Asa.
Monsieur Diet.
And no, Naya catches you for say, Sasa no motion ye. Asa never, so said you can, a trasamunia.
That's right.
I wore Marcus Sempa, a train search, Chemudun son de Cosel de Numachi. Or monim the order that Timania can let us say, what would ye in no one would have been may patch party noa. Or him born Herod ye. Ma or did in Awoda. Our shame bosse. Your bed dear sa, sunny bed in fair and in the bedroom home. Your pebiano or count the beman, empo na hindi in a munche mo pacran or the beman. And no ye boa say.
Okay.
And the coba say, or noa nabanuma, Nigiri eba. Herodiasba, Ebi dia sebima. Just say Asano koye. Tino hene sorry yana or catch and say bisa na memfa de opening mouth. Enten abayo so no ofi so ya kwalenti ono so je meka ko ma me nchen e ko je akwankyere na o ma me so say na wa bo John the Baptist ato ho fi say John the Baptist senkamun o ka kyere ne say be ma no ne tie o twe no mfre be ma no papa no eye o kunu na ne tie se friend Herod Quite of fast so Jim, I mean, I were in Nenya. Nimia, a general aquagen. Tino, oka sa no say ade na twi maame no na maame na nkasa
beguma wade
enti wo pe John the Baptist kunu na onya no na maame no aso na papa no koche John the Baptist ko she fiase say bia eno be ma maame di bufuo no awo John the Baptist ke so be bra say na onya hwe ma maame no
okay
tene ababia no ko bae no ena o maame ka chen so ko ka chen say me hia John the Baptist
wow
yam fanso apampa so pambra me tene ono so de meka no ko ka say de me maame si me magim fro ho ni ena ye pass ye kotwa John the Baptist eti na ye pambre maame no eno so na ye gina anwumre yi eni sa abre ko nyina fe say ye beba Facebook ye beda da YouTube SD ni bia wo tie anwumre no me pa cho de entie ya to anyadwumadi din say the Dance of Deception say asano ne ntwene ne nnwom no a koso no kanya ezifo ntra so no wo mo nwie no ye ba ba chi ezifo senia John the Baptist ni baabi na onim party no ho hwe ensa no ne didi no ne ho hwe so ye wie ye no ye di niti na pon program sa na ezifo niema na ekoso se no a ye guso a ye kan e be wie a ye di ezifo na be wie tino di ekoso no na da asa musuo di akiri
okay
dem pese ezifo ti ase no
that's right
ade wo bio menka we nkyira ezifo titiru ani wo mo a enya ma ezi anaso mo a omo nyanya madwen se nyankopon homeda no ye bedi ni yie no omo ntie mi yie
ene memena dan sorin kai
no omo ntie mi yie enche efri afebosumi a etoso do ba ko November ko no omo be committee aba omo committee ne ba emun semsembe sha se PP
okay
na anya dan ya nyankopon homeda no ho beka efri sabre no mo ko no so ye ezi ni ana ye ezi asafo ana memenda asori bi na se efri sabre no wo ba ye dwumaden bi a omon kai se dwuma bi opeso be ye bia no se na eho akade wo hodada ena omo amfanye na mo niema na eba ye nti na omo koye de na omo bebregu
oh okay even the holy sisubio
yes efri afebus metoso do baako ni de kan consider me meeting kase be beba so
okay ewo Glasgow menka se November ye be kire jefo atu menka e na meeting no omo pon a emo nsem be piepie na ede memenda fo be kwa ho kire mu okay
ebre bia de oboka ho kire bia mo no eno no date mind no meka date bia ho amatin
okay
na ezie fonti ase se twi sabra no ko so motisi krom se ko kanya mesemo a eye na mom ahoden ni akade ne sika ne anu ne nneoma mo de kanya mesem se na omo wo ho dada ana mo afanka na sabra ne duanse na omo kwa kade a ene omo bebregu
oh okay na kwa yeti se Samson a sa ahoden na firi mu nenso na dwen sa ahoden da so ho ti bra ye tiem Filistifo wo so o se memma me ho so se me kane no
yes
ana o tehwe
na ahoden na sa enti no omo nkai se omo wakade ne wo ho ne bibia wo ho ne na so omo anyu so manfa anya dwuma na mpanimfo e committee ba no mo de omo hihye be kwa akwan mu
omo timu nsem
yes
na afi omo se ye maye omo ne so a
akode a omo be adwuma so omo bregu sanso na obi bia a wo tie mi so a wo yakopon hu me da no phone no edu sa abra na se wo ye wagye sa fedie me bedi hu me da so ye so a wo bregu nya sa na ye de so yakopon ye firi ye pam ana ye de ehubo akode mo yakopon Noah adaka no womo a etena se de omo nyansa hu se da be ye ntena se nsuo no ba ansa na yakọ no yes nsuo no de omo hui enso omo du adaka no hu no na adaka ro ano watum de safa no kosoro tina make a chance mamon ntena se mo bete sempanimfo na ba ansa na mo tu ehu ana mo ba de obeba mo nyi asem ni ndi na be se mo yie
Shadrach Meshach Abednego omo bompaye ansa na ye be ka chem so mo nkoto hu ni
yes empire de omo bo wie kra ansa na
eni si hu ni wie den kra se so mo bompaye yo
mo we de ye di twi mo ansa yes ya kan se wie no ye betwa John the Baptist no ehia ma se benya Herod ye ohene no ehia ma se benya oba no ye Herodias ohene yire no ehia ma se benya ne baba no miensa yi ehia ma se ye benya empanimfo no ye tun san fra omo party na se no
that's right
ehia se ye benya saafo no apen so no ehia se ye benya dano a ye di bedi birthday the convenient days ana o kan bro for no kan dano a efata saa no mai ena eye enada asa no a me ka chese for say omo hwe saa asa ne yi
okay
enkom sha ma ya che ase edi se betire dun so chechemu o se ahemfo enso ena ewo ho enum egu ba ko de owo ho ba ko aka no enya mae na oba atwa se wotena se betiawa
okay
sa ahemfo nso yi ye nkyire mo TV so efri mresanti de bese sabre yi eto aso ne se efri Babylon ahini so de ko se Yesu beba no ye benya ahini maako nso
okay
ewo wiase abakose mu na no na edin eno din na didi so yi eye Babylon ahini Medo-Persia ahini Greece eye Hela ahini na yaba Rome ahini no emocha miensa
okay
na nkonshem de mekan no mebo mienu me wi a me de aka bebe na aye miensa pepepe Rome ahini no ne nchemu no edi kan eye absunsum Rome
okay eye
pagan Rome eno twemu a no aba papa Rome baby a ye benya no nyamesum Rome menka ne saa na enkomshem ti se wo kan Daniel atwere no etire nson no a obo ahene bi a owo emandu aye asase so ahene etoso nai
okay
sa asase no ahene na ewo emandu no eno na gina ho ma pagan Rome abosunsum Rome
okay
ene ewo ofre no so anu ba ahene a ewo emanu enson eno ene ye papa Rome ofre no so a ahene edi so no aye United States of America
okay
ono to so nsia ena de to so nso no aye wiase nkabom ko ye kan United Nations
okay
fine maka ne sa no won se enu na eguo no aka se enum egu no eno ye Babylon Medo-Persia Greece pagan Rome ena papa Rome
okay
ebra opening Batia or free France dinna nindom ebesen call Rome ekochi popoti ko just abren po pious otoso nsia fan no mum prisoner edekoe egu ne tumi na hini no eno 1798
that's right
ehona na bofo no ka kire Yohane se enum egu eno se baako de wo 1798 na enum egu eno se baako ho sa bre no me paacho eye America United States of America eno ni baako a na ewo very good na baako a ewo ho na ye America no ye kire mo se America by 1776 ena bofo no ka kire Yohane se baako de onya maaye eye nson enum afiri ho baako wo ho ene America
that's right
the America be kama na ye nsia ena o se de to so nson no nya maaye na no oba oni aheni na aka no bedi ahembritiawa de nya maaye no ena ye kire mo ha se a United Nations
okay
eno by 1945
that's right
eno na Bible say eno gina ho ma emandu enye aboa ewo mandu eno de 10 horns
okay
you ni nya aboa
eno na ko ye kingdom
yes
okay
o si eye emandu a etua ho ha tino omohwe ni ye wo aboa nankasa ho na ye wo aboa no ye wo aboa no na wo mandu emandu na ahemfo ahodo a ebeka ho abom ye di tumi ama aboa entino you na emaye 1776 na bofo no kan se baako nya mbae no 1945 na you na mbae
okay
oto asodru gichemodu baako Revelation 17:11 eno ka tren se aboa na ewo ho no na oni ho eno ni abra na papa si wo ho
okay
na General Batia bechi no na je se oni ho
itumi na brass
the team na brass no eno ka gichemodu baako no se obesan babie no 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 to obeto so nwotwe nso ofri ensonum ofri nsonum kire se ebrebi na oho anya bechi no ko prison nti no oni ho
that's right
na obesan free prison babiem ti oba aba beto so nwotwe
Ti ya bono botro.
Ya bono botro.
Ya besa na botro fe. Oh, okay.
Enti no ono ba na fe o beko osaye mu. Odi wiase nyina ene beko osaye.
Okay.
Sa osaye na ye beko mu no. Eho na asa no wo no. Na no na eziefu hu. Enti na ye fa program so dia bo nyina kokose. Asa no ahyaase na ye di omuti ene ebewie. Enti so mu nyi ni a omo de omo fa nkuto ensira mo kon ho keke na se kan kan otimi atie firi so ntem simple yanko yanim ebra ye bechi pope co prison no enye kukomu asem we wo connect no so co Britannic Encyclopedia
1798
yes just a public knowledge just a idea da ho omo san babiem Rome ababiem April 1929 a omo ne Italy aban transcending sasha kratase ma you trust asema wonum ma ekowie Vatican City wo monya akomya kase atira mu wie no e na wo mo ede o mo hu ekobo United Nations.
That's right.
Ya hu krata na ye ba be kan sese ye na ansana krata no so production ma ya video ba ko na o ma ya ansana ya san akoye krata sem no so.
Okay. Yeah. Production Madaro mama video 1 na yemfa paye nu ansana ya kan documents.
September this year, an overwhelming majority of the United Nations member states voted in favor of the resolution on raising the flags of non-member observer states at the United Nations. On Tuesday, October the 13th, during an official ceremony, the Holy See flag was raised at the United Nations in Geneva.
The Holy See has long been an active observer at the United Nations. It plays a particularly important role in the promotion of intercultural and interreligious dialogue. There are too many instances where religion is used to divide people. Being attentive to such instances enables us to speak out against them, and the Holy See has done so repeatedly. Hence, the presence of the Holy See, especially at the Human Rights Council here in Geneva, is of the utmost importance to all of us.
With the many crises facing the international community today, the role of the United Nations becomes ever more crucial. We all feel a responsibility to contribute to the important service the UN renders to the human family in the search for peace and the pursuit of development as a benefit to all people in respect of their conscience and identity.
The flag of the Holy See is one of only 2 square country flags in the world, the other being the flag of Switzerland. The flag consists of 2 vertical bands with the crossed keys of St. Peter and the papal tiara, centered in the white band. The gold or yellow represents spiritual power, while the silver key to heaven represents worldly power. But the raising of the Holy See flag at the UN was more than just a symbolic gesture.
It shows that there is a determination on the part of the Holy See to continue to participate in the events, in the activities, in the debates that take place in this unique forum, this unique arena that is the United Nations.
MC video we ko evangelist wa na chichi we koso kai mo say mum join your Facebook na like a program na home base TV like a program na share my Siberian dom so bit me enye bia evangelist
mo and then na o tie video no a omo ka say Holy See say o sakakra bia o be ka say bia epo konkron ba cho enye epo konkron de ka eye din a Roman Catholic aban eno pani asori a ewa ban ye ka say Roman Catholic aban a na say what Roman Catholic asori eno no eye hihyeya nchire mo ne say Roman Catholic insapa hodo wo wiase omo ena anofo a yeyi omo say omo nyina asafo na namo ewo aban fie aye kan ambassadors wo ka safo nyina bomo a wo muti ene be ye pope ene eseme na nakra na yakọ ne pope no a oyo muti.
That's right.
wo kan nyina bomo a omo de ho akọhye wiase nka bomku amanamanka bomku no ye de ho akọka ho enti wo duru ho a ye ni Roman Catholic Church.
Okay.
De wo ho ne aye the Holy See.
That's right.
Send ye wo Ghana, Nigeria, America, Russia no. Sanso na okọ ho a ekro Holy See no just say no you're Roman Catholic.
Ya pija na flag.
Yes.
UN.
Any video ye and ye can holy see me patcho ye Roman Catholic, sorry.
Okay.
Dear walk as a video no much mo say. Frank kana ya maso no. Dear ye akoko sra de no. Was it safo bi ebia ho. San safo no safo konkro di bi oso.
Oh, okay.
And about so ya asase. Because I some no TV station from so. Roman Catholic so for back for teaching of frame twa me. Na ya na ya me de say o mu tie program no. Enti de be kan yo mo de ne de o mo ho kwan. O mo twa ye sa ebo adwumadie no.
That's right.
De be kan so a etoma so no o mo frɛ no mo ya abaso. Na ye nyina de ye adwuma no. Enti me o de me de kai wo no. Say san ya sa ka bio.
Okay.
Now adanse enti me kota krata bi o me nsam. Krata yi eye krata me twe free United Nations Library. We are seeing in our library.
Okay.
Now a dinner a dark Hamazo. Hamazo say Obia ye United States from Onye Mudi Mupenin. One of the earliest Secretary Generals of the United States.
And the library
the library in Yonyam. And you know coordinate no so now but dark Hamazo's library to say you a library will run.
That's right.
Now Womokrata and ye data that's why May 3, 2019. Now better paragraphs now ma take it dancing.
Okay. That's May 3rd, 2019. Yeah.
Yes.
Or say the Holy See became a permanent observer state at the UN on 6 April 1964.
More.
The rights and privileges of the Holy See were expanded by the General Assembly in 2004 with the adoption of ARES 54/314. Participation of the Holy See in the work of the United Nations.
Very well. Afebra, the flag of the Holy See.
The flag of the Holy See was raised by the UN for the first time on 25th September 2015 to coincide with the arrival of Pope Francis to the UN.
Mo. And you know, United Nations for a boy a man say 1964 and Omoji Holy See to mu say or your man ya back here. 2004 and Yama Holy See to me say UN Kushia can be. Can no mobile any the Omoya Beka therefore.
Okay.
Ye can make some meeting ya in Kasaya and Tuaba. Then 2004 the amount to me say ye can Munkabi, ye Tuaba, Muntubi, ye charge ya Muncha Madin. And they say no, baby a Ghana Beka Sawon, Holy See, Kasahopi.
That's right.
Ye Tuaba or Tubi. And now Omochera said, Young Yen Saviano, 2015 September. Any Danwa UNDC was a pay yam Peja Holy See Frank Iden, Asiho. Tino ye see a kind of mine one. A wo yasia, ye the Holy See come. Now, besides a Holy See, no Nikoro anything. Vatican City, Italy.
And an ambassador say,
a software ye onum, yana can say apostolic nuncio. Okay, Monomonta Nusu ambassador. Ghana were dear, a Crobia one idiot.
That's right.
Yamo video number 2.
Production, video 2. Somewhere crowd of Madaruma, Muro, Emfa, MIA.
Mr. Speaker, the Pope of the Holy See.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you Pope Francis of the Holy See.
Mr. Speaker, the Holy See.
The Pope of the Holy See. Well, I say, what she said, the Papa no, or ye Pope Chile, or said the Pope of the Holy See.
Holy See, not Vatican.
And I want Roman Catholic Church. Tia ka Holy See and no aye on mine. Roman Catholic a bine. Pope na dan.
That's right.
And ye men na papa kra na oye Pope or ye the Pope of the Holy See.
That's right.
And Tenya Pope Francis Nkwane, the Pope of the Holy See. Pope Biowa Bebia Ekobiano, or the Pope of the Holy See.
That's right.
And come church say, a drew sa brenwa. Ombenya adwenkro Revelation 17:13. These have one mind. Na adwenkro no nyese bi omo committee. Now say wait for adwenbra for adwenbra there be. No ma ebedi adanse say Yesu ba no. Yen hunu say eyen komhye. Bible aka no. Saa no mani bi no. Ebi ene beka wonom. Na omo atena se afa ho adwen na de adwenkro no ebeba.
That's right.
Na saa no mane ebini Lucas empe tell no ba akochemo de no Luke 21:25 Yesu bo science bi wo se ebeba nchana ho bi si
ne bi si obi abia
yes aposo saa nchana no eno na aba omo atudin climate change.
That's right.
Ni global warming yenchi eno so na omo agina ma the Holy See and the United Nations and the America me nsan and na eba ka bom. Enti kabo na omo ye no eno ne asa no a yesa no na ezi fo hwe yi agro no begu a ye de omuti e na begu agro.
That's right.
Enti no mo de ekoso no omo hwe ne ye no mutu wana mo ti na ye ka se so mo biribi ye ne na sade ne da ho no mo anye omo anka na se agro no begu ansana omo safe ye de eti betwade a de bi o be bia na ye kwa
e basa na agro no ye yi wo mu
ye yi wo
mo ka anwum ko enye yi
te se be shaza nyakopon ya ohini no o ka cheda de simiche no ma half ade ne ye fro nsem simiche no ma half no ko fa ne Lord have mercy.
Okay,
next video.
Okay, production video 3 samaya crowd wa madaruma and also muruma.
Well, we just heard from Maggie Rulli on the devastating wildfire season in Greece. And according to a new United Nations climate panel report out today, evidence is mounting that extreme weather events worldwide are increasingly linked to human-caused climate change. Our Stephanie Ebbs reports for ABC's Climate Unit. And Stephanie, you have been writing about this new UN report, which looks at some of the causes of global warming. What did you find? What stood out to you?
Well, the biggest findings of this report is really that there is so much evidence that human-caused climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, are what has been contributing to the intense heat, the intense events related to heat, fires, drought that we have seen in the last 10 years. This is really hard evidence, scientific facts that the amount of warming we've seen is unprecedented. These events would not have happened without the influence of humans. And it's the language that they're using that's really coming out strong and saying, you know, after reviewing all of the science we have found, it is unequivocal, it is unprecedented, and it's really
asa enada eni musuo batachire na no ani guswa yehwe evangelist akọ video
mo wa say video no mu no de ogbo mane ne kire mo say oja bi ehye na ne nyina ye climate change and o kan say United Nations amanaman ananse wiase amanaman kabunkuo abdafo a yeyie say nyomo na esisi no omonko hwe mo mfa mane bomra ayeka IPCC Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Ghana ka ho biase pro nyina bi mu nipa eti sa committee no so bi omo na ye de omo de omo no mmosam waba eye adwada atwa mu ise enipa yensa no enwuma e na aboama oja no ahie no ehye sa ehun letter anase ehun krata ba no mienu wa na obebo ba ko so ansa na asa ko ba ko so bi ABC News.
Okay, ABC News.
Yes.
Unequivocal that human influence has warmed the planet.
Very good.
UN Climate Panel finds. A new UN report issued a bare warning about worsening impacts of climate change. That's 9th August 2021.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll say it is unequivocal that human influence has warmed the atmosphere, ocean, and land. The report reads, widespread and rapid changes in the atmosphere, ocean, cryosphere,
yes,
and biosphere have occurred.
And no, yen nim hwikran brofo no yanti ase kura no. O mama yati ase se eye unequivocal. Say entije bi anni hu.
That's right.
Say ye hunu say ni yen nipa no. Yen sa no nwuma e na ha wiase.
Inti agrada na edwudwa na yensa no nwuma.
Yensa no nwuma.
Epue yiri yensa no nwuma.
Yes.
Report bo na ho odin yensa no nwuma.
Report de aba. Enti we ye de Ghana agi atum. Ehwa biom IPCC for no na ka say. Adansi enti ye fa no mpirimu.
Okay.
Na when so be bo headline so kaka maye no ahwe date na maye no wa second paragraph no be a wa twero 195 for baby nti obe ma we no wa maye we na chese e di akogu.
Okay. IPCC. Okay. Climate change widespread, rapid, and intensifying.
Very good.
Okay. And however, strong and sustained reductions in emission of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases would limit climate change, while benefits for air quality would come quickly. It could take 20 to 30 years to see global temperatures stabilized.
Yes.
According to the IPCC Working Group 1 report, Climate Change 2021, the physical science basis approved on Friday by 195 member governments of the IPCC through a virtual approval session.
Thank you.
That was held over 2 weeks starting on July 26th.
And no one here.
Wow.
And you know, Oma me ati ase say aban wo wiase no wo ha ene adokun enum asan say eni pansa no dwuma e na eha wiase enti epoa eta ne hye e wo fra mantem ene nkran ne mfante aban de atwa mo de wo ho ene de beba ya de atomo say enipa e na ma epoa eta ne hye oja e hye wo Algeria e hye wo Greece e hye wo California e hye wo Siberia ne nyina no yesi ni pansa no adwuma e na esa de e kom ekum ni pamba te say America se wo goto aduane a se wo na wo kwa evangelist ko kakare se wo kwa brodo a pano e be ma baako
mi petu a mbema mba
e be ma baako wo petu de se wo de wo yire ka ho wo to baako na wo yire so ato baako America Diabani,
ye ham ye nyaba fufura ye diu
omutra ye enti no aban asan se ni pansa na adwuma saa de ameka eno na kom hye kire se enne ne beka wabom anya nyina so enne ne adwenkoro no ye ni wadwenkoro no amo adwenkoro no ekina awiem sa kire ya aba no enne akwankire ye de ba se ye mfa nko no
ye de find solution to it
sa eno ne these have one mind adwenkoro na sa adwenkoro no egina climate change nko aso.
That's right.
Ehona adwenkoro no gina na climate change asano mo de ba no mesi ebe wiaziefo omuti ebeko ento mo hya hye nkekam.
Okay.
Fi say yetiri na ehu say yebetwa muti enti nkranche bi omo woka no mesi omo kan sa na nkrofo yi awie meeting
November
video this one.
Okay. Production video 4. Somebody cried on Madaruma and also moon room for my.
Mr. President, I find it encouraging that you are proposing an initiative for reducing air pollution. Accepting the urgency, it seems clear to me also that climate change is a problem we can no longer be left to a future generation.
Even is intense. We the Pope camera from.
Aye.
Hey, ni braba.
Anya de ketwa. One will say okwa American. Only President Obama sabre no. Omo trans kokko mi omo kan close door. Ya kan no awie. Ano maba bonten Rose Gardens no mugina no. And na all can say climate change dey. Say baby edru no yentimi nyamma ekirema. E ho de Vatican o America o UN o e ho de omo nyina adwen
to dwom ba.
Ti say kom she kire say yenu banya adwen kra. Baby adwen kro ni efiri ni.
That's right.
Na enye omo nko keke. Say eja konkrobo Francis Christopher Penny. Ye free ho ba Africa ha be remember. Let her be nakuta me May 21, 2020. Now we a World Council of Churches. We are saying sorry kabum. Eku omokrata ne be se ba ko miensa bi. Na we de obekan heads ne keke. Amaye World Council of Churches.
Okay, World Council of Churches. Africa faith leaders urge to push for tangible climate change action.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Na Africa eye ebibrim asase so yen so no insurance nka bonko e de akoto ho se meeting e be ye no November yi Glasgow no yen so e de ano e de akire
enche you 21st May 2021
yes enje omo so akire bo mu se omo ye meeting na wie no omo de omo nom ensem e be go krata so e de okoma mpanimfo no se eduru so eno achi de oso ye nyina no ye tamochi agide fo so de omano sam kodada se Bible say yenum e wadwen kra Bible nyi bi amfiri mu.
Okay,
fine. Na summit na make say ebebefo e wo Africa na se bibre mu nsoro nko na koye no e ho video mra de to so no nsia no.
Okay,
ye pamra ne ka kira sem
production video 5 and 6 somewhere crowd amuro emani.
And especially when the world meets to discuss climate change at the United Nations Conference of Parties on Climate Change, COP26, in Glasgow from November 1st this year. The All-Africa Conference of Churches AACC organized a meeting of faith leaders from across Africa to deliberate on their position on climate change and what we wanted Africa to get out of COP26.
Why should faith leaders be engaged in issues of climate change? It is the commandment. We are under obligation. When God created people and put them in the garden, had an instruction of taking care of the garden. It is about us. If we do it wrong, if we destroy the earth, then our life will not be good.
It is a spiritual and moral obligation. We are required to demonstrate this, that it is connected to our spirituality and that morality plays significant role in the way people behave. And therefore we should, as religious leaders, continually emphasize the moral dimension of responding to climate crisis.
Part of faith has to be justice, right?
This is the fourth year that the Climate Reality Project has joined with the Center for Earth Ethics to have a faith leaders and ministers training on climate and how we can solve the climate crisis.
My faith calls me to be similar in the work that in my Christian view I see God doing. You know, God is a caretaker of the universe, of the earth.
The trees, the birds, they're all part of God's glory, and we are humbled before that. And so for us to imagine we're so big and bad and so much better than God and we can just stomp all over this beautiful world is unethical, immoral, and frankly, it leads to death. And when you destroy, when you despoil, when you burn fossil fuels so that our atmosphere becomes toxic to life, that's sinful, and that does indeed lead to death. And God calls us into life. We must follow the call of God.
Yes, I am a more Mr. Munjani or Facebook, Home Base TV. You know about sending a message or share program not our China. You know about Queen Bernard Carson. Bequin, Yami a sharp papa evangelist.
Very well. Videos me no. Yeah, the World Council of Churches for letter no so. Say insurance so then akan ho bom. Say ewiem asesa climate change. Oti e video to so me no eno ye former Vice President America Al Gore.
Okay.
Omo ye meeting omo ye nhyiamu no ema asofo ahodo ene nyamsomfo ku ahodo e wo climate ye training omo on climate change. So for the ewiem sa kire no wo ko ye den wo. Bible na okuta ayejiji collection kakra aka na oka na misama kire nipa. Wabi
ebi omo kono mako ka kire omo se mon sakra mo amodwen na boni e koso ntine ebi enyame buafu. Be we do ko ye no no.
We de omo ko gintiti ene free amanyofo no ho. Senka sofo no na ye program no mo tun sa fra amanyofo no dia. Enya ka sofo no ko na wo mo de amanyofo no mom na article no ena mo kwa gintiti be no mo kwa gye. Video no mo kire se Oja Asian, a bishi or Siberia, she see a yakasay.
Okay.
Nesajano, what can the air cost of Greece, a boom, the air cost of Turkey boom, the air cost of California boom, in New Siberia, dear. Wow. Now, Siberia, dear, no children say, Baby, a jana air shone, or much less say, a free affair chassis because in a beer or ye sabacos moon, a honor, a war, a timmy, a bahopa. And just know, Oja actor on a bean cedar.
Okay.
A fibby. The si wono mo si omu hu bida. Eno na Pope Francis ye Holy See Penny any United Nations amana manka bonko any America miensa yi di wiase nim akọ meeting bosumi etosudu ba akọ ya afi mu na akwankyere nhye ahodo no mo de aba.
Okay.
Na enwa asa no na me kyerɛ sɛ entwini no ndonno no ya hya ase ebo.
Okay.
Na die osaya eye ohene fa ka se mo kyeremeni awo pe na menka ma no sa de obedi asa no eno ya America na mebeba so.
Okay.
Enwum no ni nonno no eno mo nsem no ubenya no lada to si no de Pope Francis de akoma wiase no on se wo twere wo mo se e free page 13 no wo se krata ya medi bai de meya ne se meko atwere no na kane sene judafo esom sete na kristofo so afabi no me kan manie bom na me ya kwankyere efimu aba ma wiase de so.
Okay.
Ano sande to aso se oni abodie munyansapefo enhwemu nsusu betena se na hwehwemu mbeye no obayi bi nsusu efimu de aka ho no de abere wiase se ye ni so.
Okay.
Waye no etoso biu wo se enkron ketwa no anase enkron na ehia omo omode de aka no twere konkon kyerɛ sɛ yɛfa aka nkyekye
na de kyɛ nyame hyira wo
papepe enti sɛ wiase penhyira no bia ɔmo fa yɛ aka nkyɛ yɛn ɔmo guso
kwan so a
World Bank de aba so ɔmo guso ento ma penwie afei ko wie de na yɛ de ka no yɛ de yɛ ka kyɛ yɛ
first 73 ayi Ghana ka
ho a yɛ guso a yɛ prapra firi ho ɛno de dua so de to sɛ yɛ ko dua nnua ɛmfa mmɔ wiase ho ba yɛ dua ɛno de ka ho bio sɛ send ye kane judafo no home dan eye mamedan ye kristofo no de ye de kwaseda na asi ho eno no wo kan sa no kan kekewo wa ko kire bukrata so e de akoma amanaman ka bomku
am ya gi atum
na nyintum nso so ye se odi omo de omo ano na gi tu mu ya gi nhihye bia tomo ye kan Paris agreement aga na ka ho eno mo na sansem nyina no ehihye.
Okay.
Mede eho no besie no I want to watch say, Yemfa kwasya dansi ho, ni yemfa nkum oha no a aba.
Okay.
Fi se dru kwasya na se obia anye dwuma, na je nipa nsa no dwuma no yate so. Se nya Nyankopon hye Israel se, edo homeda mo obia anye dwuma, no mo home no. Sa no so dia ba se Israel fo home ma Nyankopon hye mo dia, ene ye nso no kwasya da no ye be home. Ma Nyankopon hye. We ye de
se ye enkoye di Nyankopon di si ho se de to so nso no biu. Nemu se de yakofa na wotwe de dikan ye kwasi ada no.
Yes.
Enu ye nipa de. Okay.
Enti no kan se obeyi de Judafo na ye no. Na wo de afra Kristofo de no da ma wiase. Enti wo de ne bo hye so. Enu wo la dato si no
page 172.
Very good.
Enti wa control so ma no eni no. La dato si page 172. Okay.
Enu na omu de be kono afi busumi etoso do ba kono. Se da no se fri se da no kono. E na de ye kan no omu ko bobo hu de aba. na enru hono make I said you obedi asano abeye fe no ebeye America na the enti ebeye America no videos etoso mi this one number
okay
yeah 8 9
production videos I think it's 7 show yeah more 7 no 87 8 9 part of 3 ni nyina ebum emai.
When you think of Siberia, you likely don't think about wildfires. After all, Siberia is one of the coldest places on the planet during the winter time, but in summer, temperatures can be rather moderate. But our changing world has made their summers increasingly hotter, and now officials in the region are battling an unprecedented crisis that has implications for all of us. ABC's Patrick Reevell traveled to Siberia to see the fight against the wildfires firsthand.
What can be one of the coldest places on Earth is on fire. Gigantic infernos burning across Siberia on an unprecedented scale, a climate catastrophe. The wildfires burning in Russia now are bigger than all the fires raging across the globe combined, bigger than those in the US, Canada, Turkey and Greece put together. This the view as passengers fly into Yakutia, a region 3,000 miles from Moscow.
My solemn duty to protect America and its citizens. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
America is back. America is back. Diplomacy is back at the center of our foreign policy.
We are saying Emma Mokwa View. You have video 3. It go the Daniel of our time, Evangelist Joseph Ananio.
Thank you. I will say video di kind of Siberia Asia. Crowd the medical edu twomodada.
Okay.
Na sa no manu eno na omukọ UN climate conference on go G2 4 years ago. Trump buy your castle won into.
Okay.
Se Trump G2 mu a anka de on pese on be committee afi we kwa koye no. Kepse free be yem fie na twem no. Nanka omo de abadada.
Okay.
America am penintino. De on pese omo ye no am.
If he said trying to say these have one mind.
Entino ye pedie obesa na fe agro no ayede. Enna Joe Biden aba say America is back. Omo na be di asa.
That's right.
Omo ama asa no enye yi. Ohene no any United Nations. Wayen watu no prawi. Wo ba no a eye Herodias. Wono ne ensori ahodo ya ka hu abom. So mo de Kristo di na ato omo so. Fine. Enna afei de obedi asa no America na be di wiase anim.
Okay.
Na omo eye sa de no a ebetwi wiase nyina akọ ama jisha mo aye wiase nyina ba ko disubi.
Okay.
Na the American no memfa left document we emremu say we Vatican news e one every Vatican city.
Okay.
Mo de my headlines kekena
26 Christian churches holding climate Sunday ahead of Glasgow conference. That's 5 August 5th August 2021.
Yes.
Less than 3 months remain before the UN climate conference hosted by the Scottish city of Glasgow from 31st October to 12th November. Okay, over town how say
yes.
Churches and congregations across the British Isles are invited to hold a local climate Sunday on any Sunday before the 26th conference of the parties.
Yes.
COP 26. Christians are called to participate through prayer, reflection and climate initiatives.
Mo eno no. Ente Christopher as enkabom ku a anasa soro se de wo UK krampo no. Ono no omo no mo gina wiase Christopher nyina na mu. Eya global climate Sunday no mo yebe. Esha se meet ye no UK ntina ye de ahwe mo nsem se omo ne animu. Enti no bosumi a ye be komi ni kwase de kan no. Enna nsoro nyina ko hia.
Okay.
Na mo abọ kwase de so mpaye. Ya san twere ko krata so ne dia koma amana man nyina mpanimfo se de Christopher wiase ne agya tomu nie. Se du kwase da mo mfa hye krata mu na wiase nhome.
That's right.
Eno na everybody can aba. Enna me kire mo se so mo nya de koma mpanimfo no wi a mpanimfo so gi a na omo de be hyemra. Ne fi san bra no kɔ no asa no be da dodo. Ese fo mo sasa na nye bi. Ti mo ni kan Emmo dewru ansa na de beba na aba.
Okay.
We say yenya Herod, UN, any yenya. Birthday no, and eba no 26th, 1st November to 12. Birthday no eba. Asano yenya America aba obedi nasa. Obeka yesi nyina akum. To omu wi a ye beka John the Baptist. Mami nafo mundie.
Tiawa asempa yetia. Adofrom so soon na say the program no eba na wiye. Na sabe mpani so banyansafo yebunu be ne enka na sem de bia meka sem wo nyina ko meeting na wo tese yese momfa nsu hie nsi so na munkuma chechede entutu no akoko ntwu agira ha no wusu adentra because onim se yekeka fun no yekeka ma adam pan akaka kra bi SDF mu nyakonya enkanyam sem biu na mo beka kra na kaechi etwam sa do it is a preview ha SD ne memre dan sore no esa mo kekam ema wiase etemonka enene bre no ochena wanhwe ya na akaechi na Yesu ba musika mo abo ano no bebusam se de na mo de timpanimfo a mo da no mo bebu ho akonta sere mo amonya krado sa se mbebu ho akonta we ye de dwumadi no e ba na we nemum no e nyame pa memene da e bei anopa no nkron ekobo anwumre nunum ene fa e wo tafo ma free SDA church e adia evangelist ne timi ye nyina ye ba hono ne aba be ye program ye beba ba nsemu bibi nsem so ene hintasem bebre ewo it will be bia person oba program ne bie no wo be hia e ewo tafoma 3 e nyame pa memene da e be ya nti mo hia no so sa e man minisa ma mi susu na takide obi amakra wo de obeba nti ye hwe anim enu achi ne ye beda brekuso opania wasafo wadane e de komemene da asori auto safre no so ye da wase e ho nhira gina wo gidie mu na yenim se ye bre enye kwa sanso na Mr. Jonathan Adade ene ne namfo no mo so yeda mo asibe bre ne mo ahodo a mo de ebua programming ye bakoso afre Mr. Padmo a won so wo Accra City Conference nyame insha me nims mabodi ni ya nyame insha papa wo mo aso nko amade ebua programming ye guso sremo se programming esika sempa papa enti mo bia obetimi de abua programming no send bra ye mo line so ye 055 35 74 933 show screen so abun say guso fe 055 35 74933 say o question bia fa program say ye ho a ana contribution bia frɛ ofra evangelist Joseph Anane wono na wo send this kind of day beba wono aso na ofra obepeke call no no abonkomo e bia na person ofra me esuafo de hye kofika carry so a me number 0244 132368 that's 0244 132368 program aye ni no e nyankopon pa Mr. Free adaoroma ukua da nwumre wa bra abo no ndu 10 o'clock no enwumre no e ade abenya repeat no asa ahwe e home base TV timonsha no so sa man enti yeda mo asem me ye frame asuafo de hye kofika carry and at the Daniel of our time evangelist the researcher Joseph Anane na nyame nam so e kasa e de kire na wo twese ne wa bra abo no nsia kobo no nso e di yemre e bebo akwan so biu efiada ye de brofo no beba ma ye nuanom so amontitwi no ye de brofo version no so abrem Friday nwumre 7:30 to 8:30 ye ho nhira mo na onka ye nyina ho mo ye ho ban siesie e ma oje da no SDA muni pa bia mo pepa bi no ye da mo asem